Okay, so just to show you, I got the Canon R6 Mark II, and I'm going to do a comparison with wide zoom lens, both cropped and full frame. Okay, to show you why you need a wide field of view if you're going to do any vlogging. By the way, here's my battery pack, very long cable, USB-C to this device, which is connected to a dummy battery. Now, walking with the RF 16mm f2.8. This is wider than an 18mm full frame. Okay? Just walking with this. And this is going to be a short video. So I got it at 4K 60. This camera does it well. I'm not going to do it long. Just walking around showing you the stabilization. All the way. Enhanced. All the way. I don't think this lens is stabilized, but if it was, it actually looked pretty stable. I also got the lens correction aberration, so you shouldn't get that wobbly stuff at the end. So I'm going to be comparing three different cameras. I'm going to be using the S5 II, 20mm. Okay. I think that's the lowest I got. I could put Sigma lenses on there, but the lowest I got is 20mm. That's the kit lens. I was debating to get the 18mm. So, anyway, this is just a first test of this camera. Walking with stabilization. Okay. Got my birds in here. Where is she? Yep. The white dovetail pigeon, or white-tailed dove, is in the nest and she's laying another egg. Okay. Next camera. And it's going to be a surprise. Okay. So, this is the S5 II with the 20mm. And I got it on all the way. Enhanced, you name it. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Some people don't like this. It's a big camera. It's heavy for vlogging. But if you want to see stabilization, this is what some companies do. There's two reasons why they do this. One is to remove the shakiness around the edges, so that's why they crop. And the other thing is if you want the best picture quality, instead of line skip, which looks a little noisy, that's why it's cropped. That's why too. Just walking around, and it's one heavy camera, okay? Just walking around. So you see, the face is covering most of the scene. You don't see any scenery unless I get out of it. Okay, 4K 60. This is a lot different from the R6 Mark II with the 16mm. I don't have an 18mm full frame lens. I just have the kit lens 20mm. Okay? So this is the farthest I can reach. And you can see the difference. But when you put it all the way, if you don't want to see any wobbly or shakiness, this is what most cameras or camera companies do. Alright? So, just walking around real quick. This is the S5 II, the kit lens 20 to 60 at 20. Stabilization is on all the way. Enhanced, you get a crop at 4K 60 automatically. That's okay. Everything should be buttery smooth as I'm walking. So the thing is, you see me going up and down, everything should be kind of stable in the back. That's why I'm at the side, so you can get a little scenery. So just imagine if I was like this, but you get a view like this on both sides. That's if you had like an 18 or 16 millimeters. Canon got it right with the 16. Okay. I don't know why more people don't do it. The Sony has 11 millimeter crop sensor lens, and you can get the same thing as the equivalent. I also have a 20 millimeter lens for the full frame Sony EV1, but I was doing a comparison to the Nikon Z6 III. So I did a stabilization thing on Sony already, crop and full frame. So watch the video on this. Next one will deal with the Nikon. Part 3 coming up. So to get me from an ass whooping from Peter Gregg, I put the full frame 16 millimeter dynamic active steady shot on the ZV-E1, and it's a 12 megapixel camera. 4K 60 HS, top quality, not the one below it. And I'm walking around. Wide field of view. It's wider than an 18 millimeter. Light. It will overheat, but it's a white camera, so it should help a little bit. Any camera at 4K 60 will tax it. You'll be lucky to get an hour out of it, unless you're in a well-cooled environment. This is about, what, 80 degrees? So the stabilization is on all the way, enhanced. How do I look? And I believe I have it on landscape mode too. Okay? And I'm just walking in the backyard and sit in the front. You can look at the different colors and stuff. So, the S5 II, this camera, without a lens, I'd say the Nikon ZF, R6 Mark II, are all the same price. The Z6 III and the A7 IV, about the same price. Sony doesn't like reducing the price on their cameras. They do have sales though, okay? So what do you think? Now, nice feature this camera has, I can zoom. So if you see any vignetting, what I did right there is I took care of it, and it's about a 20 millimeter. I think it's about 20. See, all the way back, just a little bit. So that's about 18 millimeters, okay? Well, you can see vignetting on this lens. Just want to show you the differences, and it's in full frame mode. Now I'm going to do a neat little trick. I'm going to put it in crop mode with the full frame lens. 4K 60, crop mode, 11 millimeter. Let's bring it in a little bit, shall we? If there's any vignetting, all right, just in case. So, this is a crop sensor and a 12 megapixel camera. The only difference is this camera stays at 12 megapixels, even when you put it in crop mode. So the FX3 is full frame, FX30 is APS-C, ZV-1 is a full frame. The lens is an APS-C lens. But you see, different lenses work better. Some are stabilized, some aren't. The camera can probably take care of it if it has good stabilization. But with a little crop here and there, if you get a wide field of view in the background, that's what you want. If you want a camera with good stabilization, and you take the full screen, this is what you're dealing with. So your choice. Wide field of view, just a little bit, you know, so they can see you, that you're not too tiny. You can do many things. So I had to put these other two clips together and add it to this video. Thank you for watching. See you later. Okay. So this is at 18 millimeters. Everything on, 4K 60. Nikon Z6 III. This is what I was talking about. It doesn't crop. It will crop at 4K 120, but it'll do 6K 60 also. Without free, you know. That's the difference with this camera. Z8 can do 8K 30, but the thing is, you got to cut off the limit of what most people can view on. They view your footage usually on a cell phone, maybe a tablet, maybe a laptop. Rarely they watch it on a 4K TV. So I'm walking with the Z6 III, 4K 60, in crop sensor mode, by the way. And I'm using the 12 to 28 zoom lens. It looks pretty stable, doesn't it? I got stabilization turned on all the way. Enhanced. It's looking pretty good, doesn't it? How the colors look. White balance is on 1, which is, see, there's a 0, 1, and a 2, I think. I got it in the middle. I don't want it too warm, and I don't want it too cold. I want it just the way I look. So I might seem a little bit white, but neighbor's ready for a road trip. Oh boy. Okay. So okay. So I got to cut the grass before it starts raining. To it. This is free too. This is, my tree's coming alive. I was worried about this and I just keep watering it. It's doing great. More buds on the way, more flowers. That's what you want to see, crepe myrtle. People have cut off the branches on purpose. And it might be the deer also. People and deer. Okay. This is a prime example. Crop mode, who would have figured, on a full frame camera. Okay? I got a 20 millimeter full frame. That's going to be put on next, and then you can compare it on the video quality from a 24.5 megapixel camera. Crop mode, that's about what, almost 10, 11 megapixels. That looked pretty good, right? This is in the part 3. Part 4, full frame 20 millimeter lens at 24.5 megapixels. Okay, I'm hoping I'm in focus. Yeah, so Anyway, just to show you, this is 20 millimeter. Everything on stabilized. And I took it off of HLG. I had a video about that and I hate it. You know, you're limited to 400 to 800 ISO. Now, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay? So I'm walking. You see widescreen, this is full frame, and this is 24.5 megapixels. I'm going to put the other lens back on because I do not like HLG. I want to show you, match the colors as best as possible. So I'm walking real quick. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I got it on AFS, you know, for focusing. Look at that, two of them. Hi, young one. They're both parents. She's laying an egg. Third time this year. White dovetail. Yeah, they got water. Okay. All right. Just walking around. Now, see, if you have a well-insulated house, your air conditioner is not running all the time. You don't have to have it at 73, 75 degrees. You leave it at 80, and it'll stay cool. And then it'll come on. You just have ceiling fans going on. Saves you paying the bill for utilities quite a bit too. Instead of paying $600, you're paying like maybe $200. Anyway, enough of the rant. So, 20 millimeter. I look pretty stable, don't I? And if I know Peter Gregg, he wants me to redo the ZVE1. In that video, it had no stabilization, and then I kept turning on each feature. You know, just show you the difference of how it performed. I'm still trying to figure out the dynamic and active stabilization. You know, on the steady shot, I think they're the same. Same crop anyway. But anyway, I'm going to put the 12 to 28 back, go back in crop mode, and you can compare this you know, to the HLG, and then you can see why I went with SDR. Okay, I only deal with when you get the camera out. So I set it at 10-bit H.265 422, and it's at 4K 60, no crop. All the stabilization is on. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it's not. It's just staying there. Okay. So back to the DX crop mode. 12 to 28, the 12 millimeter, which would be like an 18 millimeter full frame. So what would happen was, I'm supposed to be a little bit smaller, but you got to add a 1.5 crop to it. Okay. So let's see if the crop sensor lens makes me smaller. Perfect example. So here you see me in facing the light, good colors. Now let's put on that crop sensor lens. So, do I look smaller? I should. That's the neat thing about this camera. The only difference is less megapixels. But can you tell the difference? So let's walk with this lens. And by the way, I'm cheating a little bit. This lens has VR. Who would have thought a crop sensor lens at 10 to 11 megapixels on a full frame camera that can go up to 6K 60, 4K 120, HD 240. Okay, my birds. Okay, I'm looking for the nest. Yeah, there it is. So my little sparrows are around. Yeah, they got quiet all of a sudden. They know I'm here. But anyway, there they are. Okay. There's a game with them. So I see, there's the two, there's the mother and father of the white dovetails, and then I got a sparrow right there. You should see it. Okay? You probably can't, but just to show you, a lot of birds come in and out. They leave the white-tailed dove alone. Squirrels leave it alone. She's doing her business. So, just moving around, switching arms, so you only see the shakiness now. What do you think? So if you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe, write down in the comments what you think. You can put a crop sensor lens on here. How's the color quality? I got it in landscape mode. And look at this. Okay. So remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful week.